What's up, cool cats? So today we're going to go through very basic but very important movement, and that is the push-up. So push-up position, that's also going to be the same movement that you use when you're doing any kind of like bench press, chest press. It's the same movement, except the push-up, you're obviously pushing up your body weight and not like an external load. But it's a great overall movement for just building body weight strength, which is one of the most important things to have. You need to be able to really control your body. And honestly, in my definition, that is one of the definitions of strength. If you can do things like push-ups and pull-ups for upper body things, body weight squats, lunges, all those things are just such a solid foundation for strength. And those are the things that are really going to just help you throughout life, so that way you're always just kind of strong and you can maintain at least your body weight. Okay, so some of the benefits are going to be, like I said, upper body strength, but it also has a lot to do with your core strength, back, legs, all of those things are going to play a part just because you're essentially, if you think about it, whenever you're in a push-up position, you're in a plank position, you're in a tall, like a high plank position. So it is going to activate all of those major muscles. So the first thing I want to do is kind of get the form down, and then I'm going to show you how you would modify it from like a toes plank position. So that way you can kind of increase your strength gradually. So yeah, we'll just go from there. So your hands are going to be directly underneath your shoulders. So hands, shoulders, hands, shoulders. Now, we want them about like shoulder width apart, natural shoulder width apart. Okay, you don't want them super close like this. Now, obviously, there are tons of different variations for a push-up, and we can get into those at another time, but this is just going to be the basic push-up, okay? So hands about shoulder width apart, whatever your natural shoulder width is. Again, you don't want them too wide, and then we don't want them too close. So just find what feels comfortable for you. But essentially, it should be hands, shoulders, chest, right in line, okay? We don't want them too high up, and we don't want them too far back. Okay, now once you kind of identify that position, the next thing you're gonna wanna do is make sure that you're bending your elbows at a like 45-degree angle. So we see how this is kind of at a 45-degree angle from my body as I'm going back and I'm pushing out. So I don't want it way up here, and then I also don't want it like scraping my side, right? So protect those shoulders. That's what that's gonna do. And then essentially you just brace your core. So remember how I always talk about hugging the baby? Brace your core. So bring your belly button kind of to your spine, and then you're gonna stand up in that nice tall plank position, lower your chest to the ground, 45 degrees, breathe out and push yourself up, okay? I'm just gonna do like 1 or 2 reps of that, and then I'm gonna show you how you would modify it. So that way eventually the goal is to get to the floor, obviously, and then to do some fun variations like diamond push-ups, reset push-ups, 1.5 push-ups, whatever, pause push-ups. There's so many variations you can do once you learn the basics. So just kind of go through this, hands directly under chest, up on our toes, right? And remember, when we're up on our toes, we're going to brace that belly in, okay? Once we're here, then elbows lower, right to the top of the chest, and then push yourself up. Remember, breathe out on the way up. So inhale. Okay, so now the best way to progress a push-up, so the basic level is going to be on an incline. The higher you are, obviously, the easier it's going to be. So find a bench. I just have this small step, but I did grab some risers to kind of show you, the higher up I have it, and you can bring this up as high as you need to. Essentially, you could be on your countertop, doing them like this from your countertop. There tends to be this rumor going around that if you're not doing like the basic or the advanced version, then the modified version doesn't count, which I don't really know where that came from, but that is not true. An incline push-up is going to get you to build strength to do the on the floor, decline variations, all that stuff. So you do need to start where you are. So yeah, the higher the incline, the easier it's going to be. So I'm just going to put one riser under here just to kind of show you, but you essentially do the same exact thing. Okay. Now, this is my idea. I think this is a better modification than doing it on your knee. So, we've all heard of like the girl push-ups. Give me a break. But a lot of times it's hard to get your form in this position unless you need to hinge forward, lower your chest to the ground like this. A lot of people end up kind of like this, pushing this way, and that's not really going to train you to do the push-up. Something's better than nothing, but we want to train essentially to get the the best out of the exercise as possible, right? So sometimes that's what I see is on the knees. People still kind of don't understand that they need to be in that half plank position at least to get the most out of this version. So that's why this one's easier to me to modify, because this one literally trains you for the same exact movement that you're going to do. You're just up higher. So you're not on your knees. You don't need to adjust anything. So you're practicing that high plank position on an incline. So that's why I prefer this one. You know, to each their own. You can try the kneeling one. I suggest record yourself. And if you notice you're doing like kind of like this, then you know like you're not getting the most out of that. So try the incline one. And like I said, you can literally start on the wall if you need to, and then on your countertop, and then find the highest bench at your gym. Or sometimes too, you can if your gym doesn't have high enough benches where you need, go to the Smith machine, put it on like a higher notch, and you can do push-ups on that. Okay, so same thing here, right? Hands, shoulders, chest, we're up, bracing that belly. Remember, we don't want to be like this when we're doing our push-ups, and then we also don't want to be way up here, okay? So nice tight core, tuck that tushy in, and then lower the chest. So these are much, much easier than it is to do them on the ground. And then, like I said, the higher up on the incline you get, the easier they're going to get. So see where you are, do a couple practice rounds, and make sure you record yourself, write down what incline you used before, so that way each week you can slowly progress. I definitely recommend getting to maybe like 5 to 8 really solid reps before you lower the incline. And then just play with it. See what you see what's most beneficial. And then remember, this is the same movement that you use for like dumbbell press, bench press, all those kinds of presses. It's just you're pushing your body weight off the floor. Okay, so I hope that's helpful. And when you get your first push-up or you try a new push-up variation, I would love to hear it. Okay, bye.